This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Welcome back to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. It is me, Hani Balkis, with Omnia Saleh, bringing you everything you need to know about what's happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and around the world. And ladies and gentlemen, you've probably heard about this news already, as it is making headlines worldwide.
Yes, indeed. The UAE has officially announced the next astronauts, and one of them is actually the first woman astronaut in the Arab world. Who are they, and when will their mission be starting? This is all you're going to be getting to know all about in just a few moments.
Yes, and we're also talking about Elon Musk's Neuralink and how they are showing monkeys with brain chips playing video games with its mind. And we do know that the closest thing to humans are monkeys.
Yes.
Right? So maybe he is kind of hinting that one day we'll be playing video games with our brains.
Yes, indeed. And I actually got to see a monkey yesterday in action. And all I could think of is Elon Musk playing around with those monkeys' brains. But coming up on the show, we have big news about Clubhouse leaking users' data. Not just any users and not just one or two, because we're talking about 1.3 million users being exposed to fraud. Their social media images, their information, their contact details, they have all been leaked. And for Clubhouse to have news like this coming out, I'm not sure how many people are going to continue to use it.
Yes, and we're also talking about rapper will.i.am and how he has partnered with Honeywell to produce a $300 face mask. Now, it does look like face masks are kind of the new fashion designer fashion sense that everyone's partnering with everyone to jump out and bring a new face mask. But we're excited to see what kind of gadget will.i.am has in store for us.
Yes, indeed. In the world of apps, though, big news is coming right out of YouTube because they have officially launched an Arab YouTube Kids or a YouTube Kids app in Arabic that has been hitting the app stores in the MENA region. So if you want to know more about how you can actually find this application and give your children more Arabic content, make sure you stay tuned right here on Future Talk.
Yes, we have a lot in store for you guys. Taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking all about astronauts and the space sector.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the news we have all been waiting so patiently for. Ever since we've heard that the second round for the National Astronaut Program right here in the UAE was opening up, all eyes have been on who will be chosen. There were so many applicants, but the news is out and those astronauts have been picked. The best part about it is that we now have the Arab world's first woman astronaut being a part of the team.
Yes, right here on Future Talk. We guys have been telling you that the UAE has actually been listing or having their applicants or applications open for you to actually admit yourself to be an astronaut for the past, I think it's since it's been a year and a half.
Almost
Omni and I have been talking about it. And now the UAE has selected 2 new Emiratis to be part of its astronaut corps, including the Arab world's first female astronaut. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, Vice President and ruler of Dubai, has announced just yesterday that Noura Al-Matroushi, who is 27, has been selected to be part of the country's astronaut corps.
Yes, indeed. And people have definitely been excited to see her in action and hopefully see her go to the International Space Station even beyond. But the second astronaut that was actually picked is named Mohammed Al-Mulla. So both of them were actually announced and they have now joined the duo who are Sultan Al-Niyadi and the first Emirati astronaut Hazza Al-Mansouri. They had more than 4,000 applicants who were actually training as part of the NASA astronaut program to make sure that they are ready to be chosen. But now we have 2 new colleagues for the 2 astronauts that were actually previously picked, and many people are excited to see what the future holds.
Yes, they were chosen from around 4,300 Emiratis who did apply, including 1,400 female applicants. Now, progress is being made by different space agencies to create gender equality in the space sector, which we do know has actually been male-dominated since the early days of space exploration in the 1960s. Now, as of 2020, of more than 550 astronauts who had gone to space, only 65 were women. Now, that selection of the 2 new astronauts does echoes the UAE's focus on equal opportunities for women. We do know that the UAE has been focusing on women in the space sector with the Hope Probe Mars mission. We had I think it was 75% of the workforce was women, the engineers.
Yes, indeed. And we have definitely seen women rise to the ranks when it comes to participating in the space sector. Now, both astronauts will actually be undergoing a very time-consuming and also very tough on the body training stages, because Ms. Al-Matroushi and Mr. Al-Mulla will actually be joining the two previous astronauts for training at the NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas in the United States. And this will only be the beginning of their journey into the UAE's astronaut program. It will be pretty different to what Major Hazza Al-Mansouri and Sultan Al-Niyadi were actually going through when they were trained by the Russians after they were selected, because the two Emiratis actually previously they had to spend a year training in the Star City in Western Russia just so that they can get a little bit of a sneak peek of what it's like to survive in very tough conditions. But now the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and NASA have actually signed the agreement to train all four astronauts and start out all the training at the NASA's astronaut candidate training program.
Yes, this is very exciting news, not only for the UAE but for the Arab world. Especially, this is something that we've never heard before.
Nope.
First Arab woman to space. Ladies and gentlemen, this just goes to show that the UAE is on top of the gender equality, and this isn't a one-time thing. 100% the UAE is going to enroll and ask for more applicants to apply to become UAE astronauts. So, listen. This is just the beginning. This is just the start. They're not here to take part. The UAE is here to take over.
Yes, you're definitely right about that one, because all four astronauts will actually be taking part of NASA-led missions. So we're definitely seeing people right here in the Arab world rising through the ranks. Now, if we go back in history to see when the first woman was actually able to go to space, we would have to go back all the way to 1963.
Yes.
So we've never seen an Arab woman go to space, and this will be the first Arab woman in the whole world to actually make it to outer space.
Yes.
It only actually opens up a lot of hopes and dreams for every young Emirati woman living right here in the UAE who's looking forward to entering the space sector, because now even women can say, I want to be an astronaut one day.
Yes, now in 1992, actually, there was the first African-American woman to go to space, who was Mae Jemison. And now, soon enough, we'll have the first Arab woman in space, Noura Al-Matroushi. We still don't have the details when they will be going into space, but obviously, we will be telling you when we know, because this is Future Talk, and all we do is talk about space, technology, gadgets, and everything that is happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking about monkeys, actually.
Yes, indeed. Keep Pulse 95 locked. We'll be right back.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Now, at this point in time, a lot of people are saying that Elon Musk is like Batman, right? He's just a billionaire with money who just likes to spend things or spend money on things that really don't make sense, or they don't make sense right now, because Elon Musk's Neuralink actually has shown a video of a monkey with a brain chip playing video games with its mind. And he actually did joke that the monkey actually could start playing games with humans on the well-known live streaming platform Twitch.
Can I just say, I love monkeys. And if I could pick a pet, I would actually take a monkey in a heartbeat. They're just so smart. They're so fun to be around. And they can have some actions that are very similar to human beings. Let's just say that. So having and seeing this monkey in action actually made my heart a little bit happy, because he is very intelligent, and he actually was able to play the video game without even knowing that he could. So Elon Musk actually posted a 3-minute video to showcase the male monkey named Pager with chips embedded on each side of his brain. So he was actually playing a game called Mind Pong, and he was trained to move the joystick and go ahead and control the paddle. All he had to do is not even do the action. He just had to move his hand up or down, and there he had it. He was actually playing the game. Now, later versions of the Neuralink will actually allow this little monkey to go ahead and shunt signals from his brain to his motor and sensory neurons to be able to even win the game at some point. And this is not just to showcase how monkeys can play games, but actually reflects how, if one day we had the Neuralink installed in human brains, we could potentially give paraplegics, people who are completely paralyzed, a chance to walk again.
Yes, now in the video, it does show that Pager, who is a male macaque with chips embedded on each side of his brain, actually playing mind pong. Now, he was trained to use a joystick, but they kind of did like a trick to him.
Yes.
The joystick was there, but it was unplugged. So he was moving the games or the walls just with his brain. But the monkey thought that he was moving it with his hand with the joystick, and that wasn't the case. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at, yes, it is funny or fun that the monkey was playing games, but obviously it's for a greater and bigger purpose for people who actually can't do a lot because of, let's say, for example, a disability.
Yes, indeed. And this device, or the Neuralink, is actually, you won't even know that someone has a Neuralink in their mind because it's implanted within the skull. It charges wirelessly, so you actually would look and feel totally normal. Now, when we look at this chip, how does it work? How is it able to give people a sense of their body even when they have lost it? So what it does is actually record and decode electrical signals from the brain. It uses more than 2,000 electrodes that are actually implanted in different parts of the person's motor cortex. In this case, it's the monkey that we had showcasing this Neuralink in action. And what it does is actually coordinate the hand and arm movements. So using this data, scientists can actually calibrate mathematically the relationship between every person's neural activity and the different joystick movements that they produce. So this way, just like you mentioned, Hani, even when the joystick is unplugged, they're able to play with the game with his own mind.
Yes. Now, Elon Musk actually posted on Twitter a thread detailing further steps that Neuralink could take with this type of technology. Now, Elon Musk did tweet that Neuralink product will enable someone with paralysis to use a smartphone with their mind faster than someone using thumbs. And he also did actually make a joke saying soon our monkey will be on Twitch, which is a well-known live stream gaming platform, and Discord, which is a well-known gaming platform, kind of like a social network for gamers. And he's just saying that monkey will be on it. Now, again, we do know that Elon Musk is looking towards the future to control all technology with our brain, no wires, no cords, nothing, just straight on brain to computer type of technology.
And it's coming faster than we will ever imagine. Now, I liked one description that Elon Musk gave to this Neuralink. He said that it's like a Fitbit in your skull.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a better description for how this Neuralink actually works. We want to hear from all of you, though. 4215 do it to Salat or sign into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. If you had a chance to get your hands on a Neuralink, would you agree to have it implanted in your brain, knowing that it can give you a lot more capabilities than you actually have? Would you, honey?
If I could raise my body and lower my body temperature, if I could...
You're so cold.
Yeah, or if I could, make myself a little bit motivated, hit a couple of buttons that send signals to my electrodes, making me hyper, then
I like
okay.
that.
Yeah, other than that, I don't really care.
Well, let us know your thoughts. I agree with Hani, and he has a great idea on how to make the most out of this Neuralink. Coming up on the show, though, we're talking about a catastrophe in the tech world because Clubhouse actually caused the information of 1.3 million users to be leaked on the World Wide Web.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Let's just say, how many times have we talked about data leaks in the past week and a half? This is the third. Yeah,
a lot of data leaks have been happening. Facebook being number one, because I do believe last week 500 million users' information had been leaked. So over 500 million users on Facebook's information now has been leaked.
And then it was LinkedIn.
It was LinkedIn. And now we have a very new player to the social media game, Clubhouse.
Yes, indeed. People information, about 1.3 million users' data were actually leaked, and they were open to be bought. So we're talking about social media profile names, ID photos. These are just a snippet of the amount of information that was posted online. And when we look at how many people actually use Clubhouse, we're talking about more than a million people.
Yes. So I think it's speculated that only 2 million people use Clubhouse, and 1.3 million people have had their data leaked. So more than half. More than half of people who use Clubhouse have had their data leaked. Now, apparently, it's been talked about a lot. how Clubhouse has been having a lot of leaks and privacy isn't the best, even though Clubhouse has risen to fame because of how private it was. And Elon Musk actually tweeting, use Clubhouse.
Yes, indeed. And hackers who have been part of this big data leak have actually released details of people, like their names, their social media profile. Luckily, no credit card details were actually leaked, and legal documents were not also included in the leak. So that's good news. But at the end of the day, a lot of your information was actually leaked, and that's not good news to hear, especially when it comes from such a big social media app nowadays. Now, the data that was leaked was actually posted on an online forum that is popular with hackers. And as we've mentioned, this is actually the third breach of its kind after what happened with Facebook and LinkedIn. With LinkedIn, the users base that was actually leaked was actually 500 million people, and their people's information were actually posted for sale by an online hacker who was demanding thousands of dollars being paid in Bitcoin.
Yes, now a similar leak actually did happen to 533 million Facebook users was also reported. Now, we do know that criminals could actually exploit the information, exposing the users to potential identity theft. Now, we do know that Clubhouse is an invitation-only social media app, which was launched in April of 2020, but has been gaining traction earlier this year. And it does actually allow people to eavesdrop and participate in conversations, interviews, and chats on various topics. Now, users in the UAE have reported issues with sound and distorted conversations, claims that their content was actually restricted, although regulators did deny that the app was even banned. Now, Clubhouse users can protect personal information by avoiding suspicious messages or even requests from unknown contacts, and can change passwords or even enable two-factor authentication to beef up their security.
So there are ways to actually protect your information when using the application Clubhouse, but at the end of the day, all the information are on the app. So if the app itself can't protect people's information, then should we be using it in the first place? Just like you mentioned, Hani, people right here in the UAE have not been able to use Clubhouse like they once did before, and that could be for many reasons, especially when we know that there are security issues with the application. The UAE authorities tend to...
TRA,
the Telecommunication Regulatory Authority tries to protect its users from getting hacked or getting their information leaked. But let us know your thoughts. Have you been part of this phishing scam, or do you know people around the world who have been suffering from Clubhouse not being as safe as we think it is?
Yeah, well, I don't know about Clubhouse. I don't know about Clubhouse. I was a big fan, but after a lot of problems of trying to join Clubhouse and join conversations, I just kind of gave up on it. I actually just opened it right now to see who's on it. Not a lot of people or my mutuals that I used to talk to are on it anymore. I guess it might be an end of an era for Clubhouse on the UAE type of side, maybe around the world, but I don't see the hype as it was once upon a time ago.
Yeah, a trend that is dying down. Let us know if you're still a big fan of Clubhouse. Our text lines are open, 4215 Dur Itisalat, or slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. Coming up, we're talking about yet another face mask that is hitting the market. And that face mask is supposedly $299. The question is, would you be buying it? Let's be honest with ourselves.
Gadget of the day.
New tech you might want to play with.
New tech you might want to play with or even want to wear. Today we're talking about rapper will.i.am, or you might know him from the Black Eyed Peas. Now, the Black Eyed Peas has been it's actually a band, or let's say a music group that I haven't heard in a while. But now will.i.am is partnering with Honeywell to produce $299 face masks, or let's talk about maybe $1,000 face masks. Now, we do know that the U.S. musician and entrepreneur will.i.am has teamed up with industrial company Honeywell to produce a high-tech face mask.
Yes, indeed. Now, we do know that Honeywell is actually known for, I think, their ACs, if I'm not mistaken. So if we can get any idea about this face mask, it's that it will come in with an air conditioner, which right here in the UAE, this will be very much appreciated. The mask is called that Super Mask, and it was actually launched on last Thursday. It has many features that come in with it. Some of them actually do have to do with listening to better quality music, because they have noise cancellation earbuds. They come with a microphone, Bluetooth support, a replaceable filtration system. So you are breathing in very clean air. LED lights and multi-function button controls. So with the super mask, you can actually answer phone calls, play music, and even prevent your glasses from fogging up. So this will be a feature Hani will definitely appreciate because this mask has a very tight seal over a person's nose.
Now I'm looking at the design of this. It looks pretty nice. I like the mask. Now it is kind of the new age of style and security, and Super Mask is actually uncompromising face mask design with high-tech performance for the modern lifestyle. They actually have engineered a state-of-the-art smart mask to provide function, yet with style. Now it is powered by a rechargeable battery that does last up to 7 hours on a single charge. And the masks are made of silicone and they have an elastic strap, so users' comfort and equipment's high performance. Now, the question that does come to mind is what kind of person wears a mask for so long, right? Like I know I'll wear a mask when I'm out or when I'm maybe because I don't go out a lot, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm not in public a lot, but I just don't feel that I'll be paying 1,000 or 1,200 dirhams for a mask if I'm only wearing it in total for 3 hours a day.
I agree. I think this mask would come in handy if someone is working at an office job where they have to wear a mask
All the time.
But
But
during
even
their
that,
work.
social distancing measures are in place.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Especially because, this mask is great. I mean, when you're talking about having like an air conditioner within the mask itself, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Being able to answer calls, listen to music. But just like you mentioned, Hani, is it really the only option? And is the price worth buying this mask?
I mean, if you work in public transportation, for example, and you need to have a mask on all the time, it's amazing. Got your headphones, taxi drivers, yes. Bus drivers, in the metro, maybe your job is to be in a public environment, yes. But again, I just don't feel like for me, I would buy something like this because most of the time I am alone in my car. That's number one. Number two, social distancing measures are in place at work.
Yeah.
So I don't need to have my mask on all the time. And most of the time when I do have my mask on, it's me walking to point A to B or just going to the bathroom. So I don't feel like I need a 1,200 dirham mask.
Same. I don't need this mask. But when we look at who the designer behind the mask,
yes.
Yeah, who the designer is, not just the rapper, but also he was actually partnering with Hollywood designer Jose Fernandez, who made the SpaceX suits for the billionaire Elon Musk. So he was actually a creator of a spacesuit, which actually explains the look of the mask. It does look like something a spaceman. Wow, an astronaut would wear. The super masks come in two sizes. You have the small, medium, and the medium large, and they'll initially be available to customers in the United States, Canada, UK, and Europe. But hopefully they'll be available for people worldwide pretty soon. Looking at these masks, they're just as effective as an N95 mask. They are pretty expensive, but they have a lot of features that if you're a fan of being able to use your phone, not having your glasses fogging up, this might just be the mask for you.
Yes, and fun fact, actually, last May, Honeywell did join with Abu Dhabi's strategic investment arm Mubadala Investment Company to actually produce N90 face masks in the country. Now, Honeywell is a North Carolina company which did set up a new production line with Mubadala's wholly owned aerospace manufacturing subsidiary in Al Ain facility, and it does actually produce about 90,000 masks a day and does have the annual output capacity of more than 30 million masks. So we might be seeing this mask be manufactured in Al Ain.
Ooh, that would be a nice one to see, and I hope it comes with a discount.
Yeah, I hope I get a discount too. I mean, paying 1,200 dirhams. Let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 do it thoughts or on Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Would you wear this type of mask? Yes or no? But we're going to be taking a short break, and when we come back, we're talking all about YouTube in Arabi.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
This is an app I'm sure half of the world have downloaded on their phones. And it is the application that many parents turn to when they want to entertain their kids and have them stay quiet while they're shopping, cooking, teaching someone else of the kids. You name it, it's the app we all go for, and it is YouTube. But did you know that YouTube has officially launched a newer version of its application in Arabic? This application will be giving all students, kids, adults More specifically, children under 13 years old, content in Arabic.
Yes, now we do know that Alphabet-owned YouTube has rolled out the Arabic version of its YouTube Kids apps across the Middle East and North Africa region just last Monday, as the video sharing platform does seek to increase locally relevant content. Now, the YouTube Kids app has been out for a while now. Omni and I actually did promote it on the show a couple of months ago, but now we're talking about an Arabic version of the YouTube Kids app, which will be awesome because not everyone is very fluent and actually good in English. Now, the app will be available in 15 countries, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE, and does target children under the age of 13 years old.
Yes, indeed. And it's actually going to be giving those children language and culture in their own mother tongue. So you are allowing your children to learn more about their mother tongue, learn more about the Arabic language by giving them more locally relevant content. A key part of this application is to help children get stronger in the Arabic language. Nowadays, the English language has been very widespread. People speak it with their friends, with their colleagues, with their siblings. I've seen a lot of children actually learn fluent English by simply watching YouTube videos in English, kids shows, kids nursery rhymes. What if we can do the same by allowing those children to listen more to Arabic language by listening to more Arabic videos? Now, the application YouTube Kids was actually rolled out in the US back in 2015, and we've seen it being rolled out right here in the Arab world as well. But now having this application in the Arabic language will hopefully help children to learn more about their mother tongue. Tens of millions of downloads of this app have been taking place ever since it started launching, and currently they host millions of family-friendly videos that vary in duration for children, just like you mentioned, Hani, under the age of 13 years old.
Yes, now we do know that the kind of, when it does come to Arabic content on YouTube, there's not a lot, but there is enough. So I'm thinking to make a new video on YouTube for Arabic kids. Yes, it is the Arabic version of Baby Shark. قرش صغير.
For real?
Yeah.
For real?
I mean, Baby Shark has 5 billion views on YouTube.
How would you name it? Or what would
قرش صغير.
قرش صغير?
Yeah.
What's the rest of this? What was it?
Baby Shark. قرش صغير. I don't know, man. I ain't no musician. I'm gonna have to sit with my writers.
I like the creativity though.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be famous, you know? Hani. قرش صغير. It's awesome. Omni's laughing too much. She's not taking me seriously. This is the problem.
I'm trying to imagine kids listening. You know, with Baby Shark, it doesn't
Baby Shark
rhyme, but it has a flow, honey.
Yeah, my flow will be awesome. You don't worry about that. Baby Shark right now is actually the most viewed video on YouTube, believe it or not.
Yeah,
it has 8.3 billion views and 26 million likes.
You know, it's interesting for you to replicate this because I think it would actually work.
All right, let me look at the lyrics, right? It's very hard. Baby Shark.
Okay.
Right? And then you got another one. Then you have Mommy Shark, Daddy Shark, Grandma Shark, Grandpa Shark, right?
So لحظة قرش صغير.
قرش صغير، قرش، أبو قرش، كلهم قروش. Right? Is that, I mean,
عائلة قروش.
Yes. So we're talking about
family.
The Shark family, right?
Okay.
And I think it would be a hit.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because Sesame Street, when it was translated into Arabic, أهلا سمسم, it was a hit.
افتح الباب يا سمسم.
Oh, yes, افتح الباب.
What is let's go hunt in Arabic? خلينا نصيد.
خلينا نصيد, yes.
Yeah. Run away.
لنشرد. لنشرد.
Safe at last.
أخيراً أصبحنا بأمان.
So, yeah, all right. So I guess that's what's going to be. Omni will be the backup voice.
I'll translate for you. You sing it.
Yes, all right. Let's know your guys' thoughts, though. 4215 do it slot or on Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Would you listen to Hani's version of Baby Shark in Arabic? Yes or no?
I think it would be a hit, but let us also know, would you actually go ahead and download the YouTube Kids application in Arabic? It is now officially available on the iOS App Store as well as the Google Play Store. But all eyes are going to be actually heading to the skies today because we are all excited to see whether or not tomorrow is going to be Ramadan. It could either be tomorrow or it could be on Tuesday.
Or after tomorrow?
I don't think so. After tomorrow will definitely be confirmed.
Yeah,
it's definitely on Wednesday. Oh, wow.
Today is Sunday.
Yeah, so it could either be Monday or Tuesday.
Yes, Monday or Tuesday. Let us know what you speculate Ramadan will be. We're very excited for the Ramadan spirit. I may not sound excited because it's cold, but I am excited.
We're all excited, and we just want to wish you a Ramadan Kareem in advance. We hope that you are still staying safe, even though it's Ramadan and it's a time where all family members try to stay together and be together and celebrate this holy month with one another. We do need to remember that the COVID-19 pandemic is also celebrating Ramadan with us this year, sadly, and we do need to maintain our social distancing and stay safe during this holy month. We want to wish you a Ramadan Kareem and a blessed afternoon. Stay safe, and we'll see you once again tomorrow from 2 to 3 p.m. And yeah, keep Pulse 95 locked.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.